Do you mind just walking through in terms of, you briefly mentioned that you lived in Canada and you grew up in Canada. So how was that experience?
So I'll give you a little bit of background story. So my
Yeah.
parents basically studied from Canada, and then they went back to Pakistan, and I did my high school over there. And then me and my sister came for my university. So we've been a mix of living in Canada and then being in Pakistan. How's that experience been? It's been amazing. Like we've literally done 50% in Pakistan and 50% over here. So we can relate to both the cultures very closely because we've been part of both of them.
Okay, that's interesting. So you basically from up till middle school, you stayed in Canada and then you went back to Pakistan for high school
Yes.
or,
Yeah.
okay. How was
Yeah.
that
So
transition?
we
Because I know, yeah.
The earlier part of the transition, I don't remember because I was very young. So my sister was in middle school and I was in kindergarten or that age group. So I don't really remember that part. But then we went over there. So I did my A levels over there. I did my starting of my university a little bit over there in Lahore, and then I shifted back on towards Canada for our undergrad education.
Okay. And how was that
Yeah.
transition like from going from Pakistan again to Canada? Was it easier because you lived in Canada before, or how was that?
So it was easy for us in the sense like because my parents had studied here, they had a lot of friends and family. So it wasn't as if you were totally new to the culture or we didn't know how things work because you used to visit here almost every second year as well. But even with that, like it takes a lot to transition from one country to another. And it was just me and my sister. We got a condo in Montreal, so we're just living alone. And the whole kind of transition, getting used to just living alone. We were living with a lot of family in Pakistan, so just coming over here, living alone, doing the basics of life, that was quite a transition. Because as like in Pakistan, you have help, you have all the different kind of support system over there. You have chauffeurs driving you around, and you have all the support that you need. And over here, when you come, you have to start from kind of scratch because you have to learn even the basic way of living. I didn't even know how to cook. So it's a whole new kind of learning experience when you shift. It's a very good character building experience, but it takes time to get used to the whole transition. So it was interesting. It was very interesting.
Okay. So did you know you were interested in business like in Pakistan, or what was that process like in choosing Concordia University?
So my dad was from Concordia. So for me, it
Oh,
was like an automatic. My uncle had studied in Concordia. My dad studied in Concordia. So it was like the school for the generations. So and it was just easier. So we just went over there. And in terms of the field that we chose, again because of my father and my uncle being in the same field, so we automatically transitioned to the same kind of finance area, finance and accounting area.
got you. And was there like a general interest that you developed in back in high school in Pakistan? Did they teach accounting courses and finance courses, or was it you got it from your own? Oh, okay.
So in Pakistan, how it works is you do your or one of the systems is there's two systems. One is the local system. One is the other system that you go through. So you do your schooling, then you do your O levels and A levels, and then in the O levels and A levels, you actually select the subjects you want to go for. In that particular subjects, we selected accounting, maths, finance, economics. So we had started our transition towards going towards this field because me and my sister, we both knew we wanted to get into finance. So that's how we transitioned in the accounting field. So we had the background made in Pakistan and then we shifted over here.